And you know, speaking of that health fair, Mary, you know, we've got Lindsey Manz with us, who is a registered dietitian with the Valley Baptist Medical System, and she's going to be on hand at that event to help the parents out with summer eating habits, because they don't necessarily have these summer food programs available to children, or the school food programs available to them during the summer. So Lindsey, thank you so much for being here with us so early in the morning, and tell us what you have set up here.
Okay, what I have set up here is just to help to educate parents about what is actually in a lot of the snack foods and drinks that the kids are eating and drinking when they're at home. I wanted to just give a visual example of how much sugar is in just one small can of soda.
And of course the different serving sizes.
Right, up to this one with tons of sugar.
And it's not just the sodas, it's also the power drinks.
All the sweetened beverages, everything that's sweetened, it's just loaded with sugar, and that's a lot of extra calories that are just in the drink, not even in the food.
What could you swap out with that to make things a little easier for children? I know that water's the #1 thing, but some kids out there like a little bit of flavor to their water.
That's right, absolutely. A great alternative are those like Crystal Light type of packets where they can mix it with their water, and that's fantastic.
Now last hour we were talking about how much sugar, sodium, fat is in some of these popular snack foods like gancitos and takis, but this hour we also want to get to the serving sizes to swap things out. So tell us more about what you've got on this side.
Okay, in the summertime, a lot of kids, they might be inside sitting around playing video games, and I really want to educate parents on the eating habits with the schedules to eat in meals and to limit snacking so it's not mindless eating in front of the television. For example, this is one serving size of tortilla chips, and
that's what's considered to be a serving size.
And a lot of kids will just have the whole bag right there playing video games and just keep digging into them. So it's just to be mindful about the amounts of these foods that we're eating.
And what could people do to maybe up the health value of a simple tortilla chip? I've heard maybe a little bit of salsa or maybe a little bit of avocado, but not too much, just enough to maybe get some veggies in there.
Absolutely. The best thing to do with those is to go with the baked ones. If you bake chips versus regular chips, the baked chips are going to have about 25% fewer calories and half the fat as the regular.
And that's so important. And speaking of chips, you brought some takis along, and you also brought an idea of just how much fat is in this particular bag.
Yes. If you want to take a look, this is about how much oil is in that bag. And that's how much fat you would be eating just from just one serving of that.
So obviously swapping out the bad stuff, replacing it with good stuff is key as well.
Absolutely.
And you also have a couple of fruits here that you wanted to share.
Yes, the fruits are just a great alternative to the sweet stuff. And they're just, and around here, and especially this time of year, everything is fresh. And you could do more with them than just eat them plain. They're a great alternative to ice cream, for example. Instead of all of the extra fat and sugar, you could just take some peaches or maybe some mangoes and puree them. And they have those popsicle trays. The dollar stores have them, Walmart. And mix them with a little bit of yogurt, pop them in the freezer, and there you go.
Those are some great tips, Lindsey. Thank you so much for being with us today. And you're going to be at that health fair that's going to be going on during the literacy education program.
That's correct.
What kinds of questions are you looking for parents to ask you?
Anything that they really want to know about, tips for recipes and just different ideas that they could use for what to give their kids as snacks. And I also want to just promote the parents to really take control over what types of foods and drinks they're bringing into the house and what they have available to their children and when, and the amounts.
And it's as simple as switching up that list when you're heading to the H-E-B, right?
That's right. That's right. And a lot of the healthier snacks can also be a lot lower cost, surprisingly.
Well, thank you so much, Lindsey, for being with us this morning.